Japan has always been on my bucket list for as long as I can remember, and I'm just gonna say, I think it should be on everybody's bucket list. Hey guys, so in March of 2025, I finally fulfilled my dream of visiting Japan. I mean, all of my friends who've been there say that Japan is the best country they've ever been to, and so does a lot of people actually. So I'm gonna be spending the next 10 days over there to experience the hype for myself, and this is my vlog about it. Hope you guys enjoy. Hey guys, I've been waiting for this day for the longest time ever, and the day has finally come because I am going to Japan. Let's go! I don't know if this is a life hack or not, but every time when I'm going on a flight, I always make sure I'm super tired before I hop on the plane so that I can fall asleep on the plane easier and I can wake up fresh when I'm in Japan. Guys, I'm in Japan! It's so much colder than I thought. What's the temperature now? My phone still says I'm in Changi Airport. Oh my gosh. This is how you know you're in Japan. Because it says Japan. I don't know. No. So yeah, we have finally made it to Japan, and the first thing I did was to go straight to a family mart, of course. I really needed something to eat after the flight because I was just so hungry, my stomach was starting to hurt. That's actually a lie, I just have a big bag. My first unexpected meal in Japan is literally convenience store food. But I have to eat this quickly because I'm rushing for the next train and it's about to depart in 15 minutes. Here we go. Wow, that's so good. I just realized there are prawns. Hopefully I don't get an allergic reaction. We got tickets to the train, so we're gonna be going Skyliner Express to Ueno. I then immediately turned off my camera to gobble up the sandwich because we were about to enter the train station, but turns out eating in train stations and in the train is actually allowed in Japan. So after a 1-hour train ride to Ueno, which is where we will be staying for the first 4 days, we already encountered our first problem because similar to Korea, not all of the train station exits had an elevator, so we carried our luggage up the staircase, which wasn't that big of a deal. Oh my goodness, this is Japan Oh, the cherry blossoms. This is what we missed in Korea, man. In Jeju, all we saw was one cherry blossom tree that bloomed out of nowhere. The place we're going to be staying at is the Centurion Spa and Hotel, which is located right smack in the city center. We dropped off our luggage in the lobby since our room wasn't ready yet, and we headed out for our first meal in Japan, which is sushi roll. I mean, we also have sushi roll in Singapore, but my brother said that the one in Japan is miles better, so I had to try it for myself. Oh my god. To my surprise, the sushi rice was actually served warm, which was not what I expected, but everything tasted so good, and I'd say the food quality is a little bit better than Singapore's one in terms of freshness, but the huge variety of dishes available here was the best part. Oh my god, are you telling me I need to get used to this for the next week and a half? We then retraced our steps a little bit to admire the beautiful cherry blossom trees we saw earlier, and then decided to continue exploring Ueno Park. I already feel like I've eaten way too much for lunch and it's only our first meal of the trip. This park is supposed to be full of cherry blossoms right now. In fact, all of these dead trees are supposed to be where it blooms. But I don't know why there's only one tree that bloomed and it's at the entrance. Oh wait, never mind, there's more over here. Does anybody know why only one tree is blooming and not everything else? Either way, they were all still very beautiful. We also entered this interesting looking shrine inside of Ueno Park for a while just to kind of observe the visitors and enjoy the peace. Man, even the food truck vans are so cute and small. Right now I'm at Japan's Geylang Bazaar. Let's go check it out. Okay guys, I stand corrected. That just now was not the actual bazaar. That is the actual festival that has a lot of food, so I'm just gonna go walk around. Okay, I know this floor is white so that it's not that hot, but wow, my eyes are like, oh my goodness, man. As exciting as the bazaar looked, we all still had no appetite from lunch, so none of us tried anything and we just carried on walking by the Shinobazuno Pond. I don't know how to pronounce it, but eventually we made it back to the city and I came across my first Lawson's of the trip. Apparently Lawson's has this chicken cutlet that everybody loves. Oh, there it is. Alright, I'm gonna get one of these. Lawson's fried chicken. Everybody loves this, so I'm gonna try it. Should be dry. Maybe we'll try the family mart version another time. Okay, we are done walking around for now. My legs are about to die and it's only our first day. We're gonna head back to our hotel. Ayo! Gonna go head back to our hotel and check in. Wow! Of course, since we were living in the heart of Ueno, the hotel rooms aren't exactly the largest, but it was functional. Anyways, we took this time to catch up on some sleep before heading out for dinner and doing some light shopping around the area. As usual, we always take our first day of any holiday very lightly and slowly and save all of the more fun and exciting adventures for the later part of the trip, which you'll see later in the vlog. For tonight's dinner, we went to this corner shop in town because they were selling really cheap skewers, but turns out this unfortunately was a tourist trap and we did not realize that until we started ordering. I mean, don't get me wrong, the food was still very tasty, but the portion sizes were pretty tiny and we had to pay a bomb for it. We are now at the shop that supplies all the clothes in my closet. Besides the regular Uniqlo, this mall also had Goo, which is basically Uniqlo but a cheaper line. I ended up not buying anything because they weren't selling any great t-shirts. We ended off the night by getting some takoyaki, some dessert, and yeah, that's pretty much it for day one. Tomorrow, I think we're going to be heading to the Shibuya Crossing, not only to do some shopping, but also maybe just do some sightseeing. And the cherry blossoms might fully bloom tomorrow, so I'm excited for that. Today is only like a partial bloom, so... It is currently 9:51 in the morning and we haven't eaten breakfast yet, so we're gonna head out for some food, then we're gonna go to Shibuya Crossing. Let's go. For breakfast this morning, we ate at this store that served rice bowls and cold noodles, which were honestly all super delicious, but it was a lot of food for breakfast and I think we definitely overate this morning. And before heading to Shibuya, we decided to carry on exploring Ueno and continue our shopping. Man, it is not hot at all. I took off my jacket and I'm still sweating. Maybe I just sweat a lot, I don't know. Everywhere I go I sweat. I also bought my first ever gachapon, which is actually not even for me because I'm gonna give it to my friends when I go back to Singapore. Keep going, keep going. Okay, so these are the toys for my friends. If you're watching, nah. Right after that, I stood outside of the mall for a while to just take a couple of selfies when suddenly this gentleman showed up.
Hello, how are you? YouTube? How many subscribers do you have?
20,000.
20,000?
It was honestly such a funny moment, and if you're watching this video, thanks for saying hi. Anyways, after discovering what a card shop looks like in Japan for the first time, it's now time for us to head to Shibuya. Alright, we are done shopping at Akihabara. I didn't film a lot because honestly there's not much to film. So now we're gonna go into the MRT and go to Shibuya Crossing. So, we've arrived at quite possibly the biggest tourist hotspot in Tokyo, which is the Shibuya Crossing, which apparently is the busiest crosswalk in the entire world, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know why it's a tourist attraction. Shibuya Crossing was way smaller than I thought. I don't know, but anyways, if you turn over here, there's the Hachiko dog. Wow, amazing. Okay, let's go. Alright guys, it's time to cross the crosswalk. As I was traversing through the crowd at this crosswalk, man, it was so life-changing. It felt incredible, it was phenomenal, and it was just like any other crosswalk. Nothing extraordinary, but it was still cool though. I continued to tag along with my family as we went deeper into Shibuya, and we also visited a Nintendo store because my brother wanted to buy some Pokemon cards. I'm not too familiar with how Pokemon cards work, but I don't think he received anything special in this. Alright guys, I'm now at another family mart because we're gonna give the chicken cutlet another try. The one at Lawson's was a little bit dry than I thought, so let's see if this one is the redemption one. There it is. Alright, another chicken cutlet.
Whoa. Put it back.
Why?
Tape it back. Eat it with one hand.
Oh, the top. Okay.
There you go.
Interesting. Alright, so this is the chicken cutlet. Hopefully it's good. Okay, this one is much better. Still a bit dry though. Is it meant to be dry? I think it's okay lah. Okay, let's go. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have eaten the chicken cutlet because we're going out for lunch now. And we're gonna be eating at this ramen shop that everybody's crazy over. Ichiran. Let's go. I told you to And to add insult to injury, like literally, the queue was way too long, so we decided to leave because it was also past our lunchtime already. We don't really feel like waiting. Guys, there's a problem. I'm sweating in Japan. Jeez. How It also came to our attention that we haven't bought anything yet during this trip. So my brother and I made the very bold and impulse purchase of a GoPro Hero 10 from a used camera shop. It was priced way lower than usual at $150 and we knew we could not pass on it. We also spent pretty much the entire day shopping at Shibuya off camera, so now it's time to head back to Ueno and have dinner because we basically skipped our lunch today. We found this restaurant in the basement which served hot plate dishes like steaks and Japanese beef patties, and oh my goodness, they were so delicious. I'm not too sure if it was because I was famished, but we cleared the entire plate. And that pretty much sums up our not so eventful second day of Japan. So now that we've pretty much explored Ueno and Akihabara, we decided to take the metro out to somewhere else further away to, you guessed it, do more shopping. Honestly, yeah, it is getting a bit repetitive, so I won't really cover much on it. We are now at the Nakano Broadway. A lot of shopping over here, so I'm not too sure how much I can film. But there are a lot of food stalls, so I'm gonna go try some of them. Okay, we did stop at this small restaurant for lunch and we opted for some katsu curry. And I'm no food critic or anything, but let me tell you guys, this was the best katsu curry I've ever had in my life. I'm not even exaggerating, it was so flavorful and so tasty. So for the past 2 days, we've kind of only been shopping around and battling with the crowd. So for this evening, we trained an hour away to somewhere a little more peaceful and quiet. This is Odaiba, which is more towards the south of the city center, because we're here to visit the Odaiba Seaside Park, known for its incredible views of the city and the bay. It genuinely feels so peaceful over here. So refreshing to be away from the town and the city life. I wish I can cycle here, man. I tend to dislike extremely crowded areas, especially when I'm overseas, so this seaside park was really therapeutic to me. Additionally, this park also had a 1-to-1 replica of the Statue of Liberty, which I thought was pretty fascinating. Alright guys, we are done with the river of Japan. I don't know the name.
Odaiba.
Yeah. Okay, where are we going now?
We're going into Aqua City, Odaiba.
To end off our day, we had some ramen for dinner at the mall near the seaside park. Not Ichiran ramen, just some regular ramen from a food court, which was still super delicious. It's not like those cheap ramen with all the watered down broth and stuff. And we also made the extremely bad decision of eating outside because it was so cold, my lips started to crack after the meal. That is the end of day 3, everybody. Tomorrow, we are going to be moving to Kyoto. We're going to be taking that cool bullet train that's going to go like 300 kilometers per hour. So yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, so it's about an hour before we're going to be boarding the Shinkansen to Kyoto, where we're going to be there for the next 3 days. And since our train is in the afternoon, we're going to have to buy some food for our lunch to eat on the train. Alright guys, this is going to be my lunch on the train. Now it's time to board the train! We are now boarding the Nozomi 365 to Kyoto, which is the famous maglev bullet train that goes up to 300 kilometers per hour. Seat-wise was decently spacious, and we were also given free Wi-Fi throughout the entire journey. And once the train set off, I dived straight into my meal. I accidentally mistook my meal for baked rice, but turns out it was seafood pasta, which tasted alright. I also bought a katsu sandwich before I left, which I thought tasted better than the pasta. And on the way to Kyoto, we caught a glimpse of Mount Fuji in the distance, but sadly the clouds weren't in our favor today. After 3 hours on the bullet train and another hour-long metro ride, we finally made it safely to Kyoto. What's up, people? We are now in Kyoto. So much quieter here compared to Tokyo. We initially wanted to drag our luggages for a kilometer to our hotel, but you know, it's $8 for a taxi. We're not doing that.
Well, the guy cancelled on us.
Oh. Eventually, we managed to secure our taxi, and the moment we arrived at the hotel, we checked in immediately to drop off our luggage. And although I thought the room was a little bit on the older side, it was very spacious for 3 people. No time to waste anymore because it's already 4:30 and the sun is setting soon, so we gotta experience Kyoto. Even though our walk just started, I already thought the scenery and landscapes in Kyoto were extraordinary. But one observation I made was that Kyoto was definitely much more tourist dense than Tokyo, surprisingly. Like, I literally couldn't even find one local in the sea of tourists. And the influx of tourists also meant that the food prices were marked up heavily, like 2 or 3 times higher than normal, which was pretty disappointing. We walked for a bit and then found a cafe that had decently priced food, so I got myself a small radish hot dog to go, which tasted like a radish hot dog. Also, I was told by my sister that walking while eating in Japan is actually not respectful, and I didn't even realize I was doing that. If anybody can double confirm that, please feel free to tell me in the comments. And since the sun was already setting and it was getting late, we decided to conclude our evening stroll. Alright guys, I think that's kind of it for day 4. We didn't do a lot today because we spent most of the day traveling on the train. We haven't had our dinner yet, but we're going to be having our dinner in the hotel. We're not in the restaurants over here. We're going to be trying some omakase thing, which is like a multi-course dinner. I don't know. I'm going to see later. Alright, we're going to be heading for some dinner now. To look the part for dinner, our family thought it would be fun to dress up with the yukatas we were all given. And here's everything we were served for the omakase. We started off with a sashimi platter consisting of tuna and sea bream, followed by a slice of salmon, which sadly was a little bit dry. And now for the main course, it was A5 Wagyu beef hot pot, which tasted absolutely phenomenal. The beef legit melts in your mouth and it is so tasty. Next was a plate of squid, which I was initially skeptical to eat, but it tasted not too bad. And to finish off the dinner, we had matcha sponge cake. All in all, I'd say I thoroughly enjoyed the experience and the food all tasted really good, so I'll rate it a solid 9 out of 10. And I think that's it. That pretty much wraps up our 4th day in Japan. So, starting off day 5, we headed straight to the restaurant for our complimentary breakfast. In fact, all of the meals including lunch and dinner were complimentary in this hotel, which was a nice touch. I think this is hands down the coldest day of the trip. Whew, it's 16 degrees and oh my gosh, it usually isn't supposed to be this cold, but because there's winds, whew, can't even talk properly, man. We began our journey by first visiting the Tenryuji Temple, which was, fun fact, founded in 1339, and yeah, I googled that. I apologize for not knowing the significance behind these temples, but all I can say is that they're nice.
All this was supposed to be cherry blossoms.
And we missed it by how many days?
We got one. Is that Roblox?
Taking a short hike up this hill, we were greeted with a breathtaking view of what's supposed to be a fully bloomed sakura tree scenery, but of course we have the worst luck here and we missed the bloom by like 3 days. Oh well. Following that, we all took a stroll at the nearby bamboo forest, which I'm not gonna lie, looked incredibly stunning, with the downside of it being flooded with tourists.
We found Kyoto. Oh my god, I haven't drank this in so long. Day 5 of Japan and this is my first Kyoto. Surprised I haven't found one earlier.
It tastes different, eh?
You know it's not the healthy one, right? It has 20% apple juice, the rest is sugar and water.
Oh dear. Okay, let's put it back. Next up on the list is a scenic train ride called the Sagano Romantic Train. I'm not too sure what the meaning behind the name is, but it's essentially a 7-kilometer train ride filled with breathtaking scenery. And indeed, it was breathtaking with all of the views of the rivers and mountains and stuff. But what we truly missed out on was all of the cherry blossom trees blooming, because every single one we rode past were dead, which was really such a shame. The only time we managed to see cherry blossoms was when the train ride ended, which was hilarious.
That's the end of our train ride. So sad, throughout the entire journey we only saw like one cherry blossom tree that bloomed.
This train also kind of stopped us in the middle of nowhere.
I cannot speak properly, it's so cold, it's so breezy. My body is not made for this, man. My body's only made to play Roblox. I've never seen a bicycle car park with cant trees.
Now that we're done with the scenic train ride, we then proceeded to board another train which was not scenic, but it brought us to the Kyoto city center where we will be having lunch and spending the rest of our day. Today's restaurant of choice is Kura Sushi, an extremely affordable sushi place that is only around $1 for each plate. And even though it's so cheap, I still loved it because the quality of food was really on point. There was also this mini game where every 10 plates we ate and returned, we could stand a chance to win a small prize. And we finally won one after 6 tries, and we were all so full by then. Now, to be honest, after our lunch, we didn't really do much, or I didn't really do much because it was shopping again and I didn't want to vlog the same stuff 5 days in a row. But in general, there weren't a bunch of stuff to do besides shopping, so I wouldn't really recommend you to visit Kyoto City if you're looking for activities other than shopping.
It's like 9 degrees right now. The winds are making it so cold. My hands are like not even moving now. Anyway, so we're walking back home right now and here is some river thingy. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, let's go home.
Back at the hotel, we returned to the restaurant for our complimentary dinner, which is almost the same thing actually. Sashimi platter, duck, A5 Wagyu hot pot with a different broth this time, fried tempura, and a chocolate cake. Once again, a very delectable dinner, and I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10 this time.
And that, my friends, wraps up Kyoto. It's been a pretty chill 2 days over here. However, I have to admit it wasn't as eventful as compared to Tokyo because there were a lot of tourist trap shops over here, so we didn't really enjoy as much as we did in Tokyo. But not to worry, because tomorrow we're gonna be heading to Osaka, and that will be our last stop for this trip, and then we're gonna be heading back to Singapore. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.
It is now the next day at the wee hours of 9 AM where we set off from a hotel to the metro station. It's gonna be a 1-hour train ride to Osaka, which is the final city we'll be spending our last 4 days in Japan.
We are currently walking 500 meters to our hotel, dragging our luggages. And my hands are so cold, I don't have my gloves with me. I feel like the days are getting colder and colder. To be honest, I'm really so tired of walking already. I've been walking so much for the past few days. Cannot take it anymore, man. I don't know how I'm gonna survive for another 4 days. But it's okay, let's be happy, let's be positive, yeah? We are gonna go for another round of curry rice.
This curry rice was a bit different because it's much more pasty and thick, which was something new and I still loved it, but I did find it slightly salty.
Right now, as usual, we can't check in yet, so we're gonna go for some tech shopping. I don't know how much I can vlog though, because it may not be the most interesting, but I will vlog whenever there's content.
Tonight's itinerary was pretty straightforward. First was to grab dinner from an Italian restaurant this time for a bit of a change of taste. Then it is time to head to Dotonbori, which is the heart of Osaka.
So this is pretty much the heart of Osaka. It really feels like New York, not because of the billboards, but it's because it's so crowded. I honestly did not expect so much litter over here. Somebody's Osmo is up there.
Now, Dotonbori was certainly interesting for like the first 15 minutes, but after that it became apparent that it was way too overcrowded for us to proceed. Not gonna lie, it was slightly overwhelming having to deal with the crowd, so we left early.
Oh my god, finally there's no people. Finally back at the hotel. I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes large crowds just overwhelm me too much. But that pretty much wraps up day 6 of Japan. Get ready for tomorrow because it's gonna be an action-packed day. I mean, I should be saying that to myself, I don't know why I'm telling you guys that. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Now, today was the day I was kind of looking forward to the most. We began with a quick lunch at a tendon restaurant, which is pretty much rice and tempura. And for today, we wanted to try out something new, so instead of taking the metro like we've been doing, we all rented electric scooters to travel around Osaka. Our midpoint along the way was a popular shopping alley called Orange Street. Yes, I know it's shopping again, and even I was a bit tired of it, so I didn't really vlog that much. But now we are going to be heading to somewhere that is a lot more exciting. This is Round 1 Osaka, a giant building that is filled with a bunch of exciting sports and games. There's like an arcade, bowling alley, karting, baseball, and so much more, which we're all going to be trying. Alright guys, we're going to be trying that bull thing. Here we go. Okay, here we go. What? I can do better than that. Alright, this time we're gonna hold on tight. Where do you put your legs? Oh my goodness. Oh, yo. Wait, I'm actually surviving longer than I thought. Oh, giddy man. Okay, other than this stupid bull, there were a whole bunch of other things we played tonight. Full on bowling alley over here. I actually did not expect this place to be so big. I'm gonna try this, guys. Oh, finally, man. Oh, that hurts. We carried on to play more games throughout the whole night, including... And then we realized we completely missed dinner, so we just went for another round of kura sushi since that was the only thing open at the time, before heading back to round 1 to continue the night. Okay guys, we've been in that building for way too long. It's currently 1:30 in the morning. There's like basically no more tourists over here anymore already because of how late it is. I'm gonna head back to the hotel now and probably have the best sleep of this whole trip. I don't know. See you guys tomorrow. So, we have now made it to day 8 and still feeling exhausted from last night, we didn't really have the motivation to do much today. We started off with lunch, which was gyokatsu, something I really wanted to try since the start of this trip, and it was delicious. A little bit pricey, but definitely worth trying. Then we proceeded to hop on the metro to travel far away from the city center. Our planned itinerary for this trip was more or less done already, so we took this opportunity to explore less touristic parts of Osaka. And we chose this specific town because it had the largest book-off bazaar in the city. Book-off is basically a second-hand store which we visited quite often off camera, hence we decided to check out this massive one in the outskirts. We spent many hours in there before dropping by a Don Quixote for a while and then ending off the night at a teppanyaki restaurant. And yeah, that was it. Day 8 came and went pretty fast because we wanted to make it short and sweet. It is now our last full day here in Japan and we wanted to make it an exciting one. Since we didn't plan anything, my mum was searching through TikTok and she found this video.
Ungatekeeping a hidden gem in Osaka. You should get on a train and head to Nagasaki Chua Station. Here you'll find many interesting stores like vintage clothing and toy stores.
So today we're gonna be seeing whether it really is a hidden gem or not. We stumbled upon this super long market and it looked promising, but after walking for like 10 minutes, we quickly found out that everything was either closed or under renovation. I'm guessing that this is a more night place because a lot of shops are still closed, so maybe they open late at night or it's just this place is just not developed at all. We continued along for a while and sat down for a simple lunch at Moss Burger, which was surprisingly really good and cheap. Eventually, we ended up in a huge park where we just took a stroll for a while and caught sight of more cherry blossoms. I'm honestly glad that we got to see more before our trip concluded. I also came across a playground in this park, so I knew I had to try it. We gotta try this one. Alright, here we go. Ow! Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. We just walked around for a little bit more and then had our dinner. That's it for the day actually. I think it's even shorter than yesterday. But I don't think we had any more motivation to shop anyway, so yeah. I gotta say, the past 10 days in Japan have been absolutely phenomenal. I think my most favorite part of this trip was the food. It was a bit unhealthy, I have so many ulcers in my mouth, but it was worth it, man. And we're gonna be going for one more round of kura sushi. I don't know, man, we all love it so much. Oh, yo, 饲料. And on that note, our 10-day vacation in Japan has now come to an end. I have to say, I really enjoyed myself and my favorite moments were the sightseeing in Kyoto and round 1 Osaka. I'm not really a shopping kind of guy, so I tend to usually lean towards the more thrilling activities when I'm overseas.
Alright guys, and this concludes my Japan holiday. Thank you guys very much for watching this vlog. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing to my channel and checking out my other content as well. And maybe drop suggestions on which country I should visit next time. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching again, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.